The Bloc leader, Yves-Francois Blanchet, gets a standing ovation from the Conservatives. Welcome to the Canadian Shield. My name is Sterling. I'm your host. The Bloc Québécois leader Yves-Francois Blanchet, or MP Blanchet, stands up in the House of Commons and he's talking in his turn to question period, and he's challenging Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau, of course, ignored it, but the challenge resulted in the Conservatives giving Blanchet a standing ovation, which surprised him in the moment. It was pretty funny. Let's watch it. It's translated, so...
Mr. Speaker, Canadians who are struggling are those who will not receive a rebate check. You know who is struggling, Mr. Speaker? The Liberals themselves. The Conservatives don't seem to support the proposal. The NDP neither. The Bloc Québécois neither. No one in this House seems to support the rebate check. If the Prime Minister is so sure of himself, why doesn't he make it a matter of confidence and have a confidence vote? Order, please. Order, please. The Right Honourable Prime Minister. It's clear, Mr. Speaker, that opposition parties want a political excuse to vote against something that Canadians do want. Canadians need a tax break. That's exactly what we are giving them. It will be up to opposition parties to decide whether they want to be there for their constituents, to be there for Canadians who are struggling, or if they prefer playing petty partisan politics and picking fights. The Bloc and the Conservatives want to say that Canada's broken, but we on this side are here for Canadians to support them and to help them when times are tough.
Trudeau saying that he wants to help Canadians when times are tough. That's a joke. Let's hear it for MP Blanchet. Bravo. Let's see that you vote against this entire GST trick. This thing is nothing. I mean, why? What we as Canadians should be asking ourselves is, why is there GST on essentials in the first place? And how come a magazine is considered to be essential? Why are we not talking about how gasoline is essential and how he should be removing the carbon tax? That tax would have a very strong and definite impact. Of course, we know now with the numbers that were released recently that the economy has shrunk again, that the GDP has shrunk again. And I will do a video on that. I'm going to go deep on that one so that you guys can truly see the understanding. But I have been telling you since September the numbers are horrid. And I have been trying to prove to you and show to you through my videos that that it's all just a smokescreen, that they don't have a clue what they're doing. And every day that goes along, it gets worse and worse and worse. But they don't seem to care as long as they get their paycheck. They don't really seem to care about what's happening to Canadians. That's what makes me so cross. Like, if the Liberals had stood up and said, you know what, we screwed it all up. Can anybody help us get out of this mess? I might have some sympathy for them. But instead they stand up there with their sloganeering, and they start going on, oh, well, if you don't want to help the Canadian, like trying to manipulate the situation, like somehow, 5 cents on a bag of chips or 15 cents on a magazine is somehow going to save you a lot of money. It's going to make you no longer feel the pinch. They act like, everybody's running around shopping. They're just not shopping right now. They are trying to find the least expensive things, and they are not buying any of the things that you deem to be luxuries. They're not buying magazines. They're not buying shoes. They're not buying clothes. They've cut back on hair dye. They've cut back on makeup. They're not going out on dates. Because of your economy, Justin Trudeau, and you should have known that when you rob people of the ability to spend, they would have nowhere to go. But you see now, the Liberals have come face first into the economic policies. Have slammed face first into spending. It's just, sociology and Marxism works just great until other people's money runs out. Until people decide that it's not working, that people are no longer willing, because you ask these people to make all these sacrifices and you tell them it will make no impact on their life. It will change nothing. Then all of a sudden you start making changes left, right, and center. They got to cut back on this. They got to worry about that. They got to wait longer for this. They got to go to the stores and see products that are overpriced. And you're all the while standing up there saying you're fighting for Canadians. Well, if you're fighting for Canadians, I think the biggest tax that we should be talking about moving is the 18% carbon tax that's on every product in the country, or at least in the provinces where the backstop holds. Of course, you're not going to do that because you're not interested. This is a gimmick. You'll say, oh, take the GST off because you know it makes no impact and it doesn't change anything. So, of course, you're willing to give us the GST. But, of course, you're not willing to bring it to a confidence vote, which means that you yourself do not think it's that strong of an impact because the bloc invited you to bring it to a confidence vote. And you did not do that because you know it's not going to hold water, because you know Canadians are not stupid. You thought they were stupid. And now you have been shown that they were just simply quiet. We'll see. We'll see where the NDP lands, how much they really care about Canadians, or if they just want to watch us, go through yet another winter of miscontent. All right, I'm going to wrap here. I want to thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to you next time.